is presented by Barry Law. If you've been seriously injured, call Barry Law. And by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
Greetings from Omaha, Nebraska, the CHI Health Center, where another huge crowd assembles tonight. It's the Grand Rapids Rise, playoff hungry, 10-13 against the playoff-bound Omaha Supernovas, the defending champions at 16-6. Well, hello again, folks. I'm John Baylor, and tonight really a must-win for Grand Rapids. They're 2.5 matches out with only 5 left to play. Let's bring in the Olympian, 13 years, a professional internationally. We have the two best, Nancy Metcalf, we have the two best defensive teams in the league, and we have the two best blockers in the league. What do you expect to see tonight?
I think we're going to see that play out in the match tonight. Both these teams are great blocking. They're great defensively. They hold opponents to the lowest efficiency of anyone else in the league, and I think that's going to play a huge part in the match tonight.
These two great blockers are Caitlin Horde for Omaha and also for Grand Rapids, Ali Bastinelli. They are tied league lead, each with 71 blocks already this season.
They do. These two blockers have been dominating at the net for their respective teams all season long. Expect to see more of the same tonight from each of them. They're going to lead their teams in their defense at the net to set the tone.
Time for our starting lineups. Brought to you by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you are cared for. Omaha Supernovas with a surprise starter, Phoebe Awalea making her first start. A former great Minnesota Golden Gopher. Reagan Cooper back in the lineup on the outside. She did not play in the last 2 matches. For the Grand Rapids Rise tonight, Eleanor Holthouse will start at opposite, and then Cameron Turner, the 5'8" setter, the former Jayhawk, will lead the way for Grand Rapids. What is Omaha's incentive tonight already playoff bound?
Well, I think these two teams are coming into the match with very different mindsets. Omaha has already qualified for the postseason. They know this. This is the time now where they need to refine things. They need to settle into a lineup and work out things between players that they need to communicate and kind of smooth out wrinkles. Grand Rapids, on the other hand, they're fighting for their life right now. They're fighting to get into the postseason. Their next 4 matches are against the 4 teams that currently hold the top 4 spots, so every match for them counts. And they're coming in knowing that they're fighting to continue their season into the postseason.
Just got a glimpse of the 2 veteran head coaches. Kathy George for Grand Rapids, 17 years at Michigan State, all-time Spartan winningest coach. And Laura Bird-Kuhn for Omaha. Brooke Nunavilla, the tip shot on the left side. Here come the Rise. Paige Briggs-Romine. Cameron Turner sets middle. That's Alyssa Jensen, the former Michigan State Spartan. Kelsey Payne delivers the first kill tonight. It's 1-0 Omaha.
And I like to see that first play right here. Alyssa Jensen at the net tips the ball over. Omaha picks it up, gets the ball out of system. Kelsey Payne taking a high swing off the block. That's a great start for Omaha.
Line drive serve. Nice pass by Elena Ogilvy, former Stanford Cardinal. Here come the Novas. Ooh, back row shot blocked back, and we're tied at 1.
You see Nati Valentine Anderson there trying to mix up the offense, get more than one person involved. But Grand Rapids, known for their blocking, all over that one at the front row.
Reagan Cooper first swing in 3 matches. Nice pass by Gomez, a great libero. Tip shot by Awalea. First start of the season for her. Here come the exploding stars. Nunavilla off of somebody. 2-1 Omaha.
That's a really nice high shot by Brooke Nunaviller. We've seen that all season. She sees the block so well. She takes a little speed off of it and just tips it off her hands. The outplay doesn't really matter because it touched the block, but I like to see her making smart plays like that so early in the match.
First player in PVF history, 500 kills, 500 digs, Brooke Nunaviller. Paige Brooks-Romine, the former Supernova, 2-2.
Paige Briggs-Romine runs a faster ball. That's her more successful attempt, is when the set is a little bit faster. Cameron Turner runs a nice speed offense. That was one thing Coach Bird mentioned, is that Cameron Turner has a faster offensive speed, and that pays well for Paige Briggs-Romine.
Great rescue by the Novas. Set it up, Cameron Turner, that's long. And we've got a challenge. It's easy to detect when a challenge is forthcoming because it's this very loud buzz and it has to happen right after the alleged infraction.
It has to happen really quickly. There's no room to wait until the play is over to challenge. I think they might be challenging if that ball hit the net or the antenna or the net outside of the antenna on that coverage play, because the ball going out by Brooke Nuneviller was clearly out.
So this is a challenge from Kathy George and Grand Rapids. There's Laura Bird-Kuhn. There's Kathy George, 17 years at Michigan State. And before that, great success at Western Michigan. And prior to that, UT Arlington. She was the first female to take a volleyball team to the Final Four. She was at UT Arlington in 1989. Got to the Final Four. She knows how to win. For the moment, 2-2.
And Kathy George is another example of a great female coach. She connects well with her players. She understands the game so well. She's a good teacher, but she has relationships with her players. I was lucky enough to play on a team that she was an assistant coach on for the World University Games. And it's really fun for me to see some of these coaches now stepping into professional coaching jobs here in the U.S.
Laura Bird-Kuhn, 5 years at Texas A&M, following 7 years assistant coach for Ray Bouchard at KU. There are 4 former Jayhawks in tonight's match. Guess who's courtside? Ray Bouchard. We'll talk to him after set 2. 27 years the head coach at KU, and Point Supernovas. The Bolt 6 system told the story. All those cameras from above. Bolt 6 is great when you're trying to figure something out.
It makes it a lot easier. And here we can see again, they're looking at that ball that went in the net to see if it hit the antenna or the net outside of the antenna. It did not, so Omaha retains the point.
Phoebe Awalea, first start as a professional. Here comes a slide. Ali Bastianelli, not just a blocker, but that time she misfires for 2 Novas.
Missing just wide there, Ali Bastianelli. Phoebe Awalewa, though, had a great game in their last match out in San Diego. She came in and had 5 blocks. So Laura Bird-Kuhn is looking for Phoebe to contribute again at the net and be a big blocking presence.
That line drive serve just a little bit low. 4-3 Omaha. So fun at this level to see the big middles dig that one rotation after they serve. But we were denied that opportunity there, but she'll be back in. Line drive serve. Paige Briggs-Romine. Reagan Cooper again the target. Not a great pass. Back row swing. And that's out of bounds. And we have our second Bolt 6 challenge.
And the entire Omaha team that time turned and looked at the up referee and signaled for a touch, and he kind of shook his head at them. But for coaches, when the players are signaling for a touch or for a call to be challenged, sometimes the coach might not believe it was true or not, but they're going to probably call that challenge just to show their team they believe in them. So as a player, you don't abuse that, and this one pays off. We can see now Omaha gets the point back. There was indeed a touch.
I heard something. I'm not surprised by this. Yep. If you like to wait, you do not like the Bolt 6 system.
There's not much waiting. They get the answers very quickly.
Bing, bing, we're back. 5-3 Novas. Nati Valentina Anderson. Ogilvie, nice pass. Bastianelli stuffed. The block parade continues for Omaha. Their second block already of this match. Reagan Cooper had some help from the great one, Caitlin Horde.
And Reagan Cooper and Caitlin Horde, they're going up together. Caitlin a little bit late, but Reagan Cooper really pressing over the net and getting in the face of the attacker.
Solo block by Reagan. Nati Valentina Anderson. Rare poor pass from Ogilvie. And then a miss hit by Paige Briggs-Romine. I'm not sure they're going to play that often in the year-end volleyball cuts.
That won't be on the highlight film. But sometimes the sequence of events happens like that. A bad pass leads to a set that isn't quite what Paige Briggs-Romine was expecting, and trying to make something of it, she ends up making an error.
7-3 Novas. Passed by Carly Snyder. Gets it back. Tip shot by the Florida Gator. No. Back row tip shot. Nuneviller. Not this time. Left side Snyder off a bunch of arms and hands. And here's Reagan Cooper. Yes.
Omaha right now is playing really focused. I like that they're picking up tips. They're not giving up the easy stuff on defense. That can take confidence away from a team early. If you let tips fall, they feel like they can do anything to score. Omaha right now shutting down those tips by picking them up quickly, playing solid defense, and finding the court on their attacks.
And the Saturday night debacle in San Diego seems like a distant nightmare for Omaha. Great start. Back row swing by Snyder. Here come the Novas. Reagan Cooper. Paige Briggs from Omaha. Redirect. And the set to nobody. Misfiring, misconnecting Nati and Caitlin Horde. 8-4.
Nati just trying to get Caitlin Horde involved on offense there. Just misses her. And tempo and timing, sometimes that happens with middles. It's a tough ball. But that'll be an easy one for Omaha to regroup, friend.
What do you think of these dark jerseys for Omaha tonight?
I love them. I think they look awesome.
Pretty stylish. You look good, you feel good. That serves a little bit long. 9-4 Omaha. Just long. Each team with a service error is Reagan Cooper. Good pass by Briggs Romine. Back row swing. Snyder. Kaboom. 9-5.
Carly Snyder is the leading attacker for Grand Rapids. Through the season, in every match, she has gotten the top, if not one of the top couple, number of attacks on the team. And so that's someone Omaha has to constantly be aware of where she is and be ready to block and play defense on her because she will be an impact.
Good shot. Nunaviller and Eleanor Healthhouse is in there. Block back. Free ball across. Snyder getting a ton of swings. Cross court. Out of here. Point Omaha. 10-5.
Great coverage and scramble play that time by Omaha on the Omaha side of the net after that block. You can see here Carly Snyder trying to go high hands cross court and just misses.
Let's set her in the concourse. 2.9 kills a set. Snyder, a workhorse, gets a lot of swings. Here's Caitlin Horde. We'll get a chance to see her dig perhaps. Old House on her off pin. The Iowa State Cyclone blasted into the antenna. A lot of errors early by Grand Rapids.
It is, and that's something that can change around very quickly. So Omaha has to keep the pressure on to not let Grand Rapids gain any momentum back.
Time out. Grand Rapids 6-point lead. Supernovas stay right there. More set one after this.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Supernovas Volleyball on News Channel Nebraska is brought to you in part by the CHI Health Center in Omaha and by Barry Law. Barry Law is in it to win it. If you've been seriously injured, call Barry Law.
Six-point lead for Omaha. Shot by Snyder on the right pin. Back row tip shot, Reagan Cooper. Here come the rise. Eleanor Holthouse. There's a dig by Caitlin Horde. Kelsey Payne sails it. There is another touch. 12-5.
She's hitting the very, very edges of the Grand Rapids block fingertips right now. We're sitting really close so we can see it. But again, the whole entire Omaha team called it as soon as the ball crossed the net. They all saw it. And that time the referee sees it on the first shot.
Kelsey Payne just taking back her starting job on the opposite pin. And Holthouse gets her first kill, 12-6.
Grand Rapids has kind of cycled between different opposites this season. Holthouse getting the nod tonight. Pritchard has gotten the nod several times. Kaylee Nelson had gotten the nod the last time they were in town.
Holthouse just signed her fourth match. Overpass, slammed down by Paige Briggs Romine. A little momentum for the rise.
When you were talking about the hitting errors by Grand Rapids, when we came back from that timeout, all of their attackers were in negative hitting percentages, which means they've either gotten blocked or hit out more than they've gotten kills.
Awalea off the block and out. Her second kill in her first start as a professional. 13-7 Omaha.
Phoebe Abalea can be such a dominant force at the net blocking, and it's fun to see Nati getting her involved offensively as well.
Snyder the target, perfect pass. Holthouse cross court. Again, the Novas up 6 already with the ball. And the Viller, a tip shot, great pancake, bring out the spatula. Briggs Roman. Back row, Colvin, kaboom!
Reagan Cooper there coming out of the back row on the tip shot that was played up by Kelsey Payne. Nati Valentine Anderson finding her in the middle, leading her in front of that 10-foot line to get her a great angle hitting over the net.
Blocked back by Avalea, not this time. Holthouse getting a lot of action. Back right, Kelsey Payne, favorite spot into the net, 4 touches.
So far, Omaha looks really focused. I like the way they're continuing to mix up their offense, get different players looks at different balls attacking. They've been solid at the net. They're going to want to keep that up for the rest of the match.
Another service there, this time by Alyssa Jensen, formerly Alyssa Garveling. 15-8 Omaha. A little surprised by how lopsided it's been early?
I am. I didn't think it would be this lopsided so soon. But I think Grand Rapids is struggling to find their rhythm right now, and Omaha just keeps their foot on the gas. They'll continue to press down on that.
Gianelli, the tip shot. Back row, Nunaviller. She loves shot making from back there. Over dig now. Omaha the slide. Avalea. Great rescue by Brooke. Reagan Cooper. Off the dig it out.
And the crowd responding to that. They see the hustle plays. Brooke Nunaviller chasing that ball down. Great hustle plays by Omaha leads to the crowd getting involved.
16-8 Omaha after their toughest match. Worst offensive outing of the season on Saturday night. That's a distant memory.
If you've been seriously injured, victory requires teamwork. At Berry Law, we understand what's at stake for you and your family. We have fought for the rights of our clients for over 50 years. Together, we pursue justice to recover the financial compensation and peace of mind that you deserve. Our mission is to win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Berry Law. We are in it to win it.
As a young adult, taking charge of your health can often feel confusing, especially your reproductive wellness. That's where Family Health Services comes in. We provide non-judgmental, affordable reproductive health care that's confidential even for minors. From birth control, STI, and HIV testing to pregnancy testing, counseling, and cervical cancer screenings, we've got you covered. Not ready to book an appointment? No problem. Stop by any of our locations for free Plan B or menstrual products. No questions asked. Call or visit us today. We're ready to...
Omaha Supernovas swag for sale here at the CHI Health Center. You can see it all over town. Supernovas clothing, a hot item, and then they do face painting up there on the concourse. You can have a ton of fun not watching the match. A lot more fun, though, in here. And watching is Omaha's out to a huge start, 16-8. Briggs Romine, nice up by Reagan Cooper. Great scramble defense, Omaha. Cameron Turner, the 5'8" setter, feeds back row. Here come the Novas. Nunaviller. Kaboom! Back row attack working tonight, Nancy.
It is working, and we're seeing some really nice defensive plays by all the players on the court right now. Reagan Cooper popping up that cover ball. Camila Gomez chasing it down. The last attack, Kelsey Payne dug up a really hard-driven ball. Brooke Nunaviller going up and attacking, being ready, being available every time.
Kaboom! Phoebe Avalea. 18-8 all Omaha. They had their worst offensive outing Saturday night, 4-set loss against San Diego. Sure, Omaha's already into the playoffs. A month from now in Vegas, the Final Four, but they do not want to continue that trend. It is not their friend, and they're looking great thus far tonight. 19-8 on yet another attack error from Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids is looking uncharacteristically nervous tonight. I don't think they're playing their best volleyball by any means, but Omaha is playing really focused. And I know Coach Bird had mentioned that when they played in San Diego, she said we had no rhythm offensively. San Diego started off with their opposite serving, and she railed off a bunch of points against Omaha. They couldn't pass. She was really frustrated. And so I know the team has focused in the time since then on getting this offensive rhythm going, on playing on every point, not letting teams get runs off on you. And it's showing tonight. They're playing very determined and very focused.
New setter, August Roski, and also a new opposite, Erica Pritchard, for the Rise. The slide, slammed by Bastianelli. Off the block and out of here, 19-9.
That's a quick side out, and when you make a double sub, like Kathy George did, that's what you want. You want them to come in, make an immediate spark, make a difference, get that team fired up, and change the momentum as quickly as they can.
Both Rise setters, lefties. Kendall Payne dug this time. Here comes a free ball, though. Not to the setter dump attempt. Successful. Everything working for the Novas.
Sometimes when you're in a rhythm, it seems like everything just falls. And that was the case there. That Nati's dump actually tickles the tape on the net, and it throws it off just enough. Elena Ogilvy was there, but because of it hitting the tape on the net, it threw her off just a little bit, and Nati comes away with the point.
Phoebe Awalea to the back. Sails it to the back left. Bump set to Erica Pritchard, the former Maryland Terrapin, Penn State Nittany Lion. 1 for 1 on her swings.
Erica Pritchard taking a really nice swing there. That was an out-of-system set, off the net, a little bit difficult angle. She does a nice job staying behind the ball, cranks it down the line, and it kind of goes in the seam between Kelsey Payne and Brooke Nuneviller, and then she's able to get the point.
Reagan Cooper, one arm take beautifully by Briggs Romine, and Carly Snyder slams it down as the Rise building momentum late here in the first.
And this is the Grand Rapids offense we expected to see. Carly Snyder starting to come alive. Erica Pritchard comes in, makes a difference right away for her team.
Line drive serve just wide by Paige Briggs Romine. A year ago as a Supernova, it was a question for Laura Berg Jr. if she would go with Nuneviller when Brooke Nuneviller came back off her injury or stay with Paige Briggs Romine. Brooks Nuneviller went on to be first team all-league, leading Omaha to a league championship against Grand Rapids last May, right here in this building. Kelsey Payne looking for yet another, yes!
Kelsey Payne's having a great offensive night right now for Omaha. She's got 4 kills. She's hitting 400 right now. Four kills on 6 attacks. So she's hitting 400. She's having a great start for Omaha.
Nati Valentina Anderson. Pass by Snyder. Bastianelli, not this time. Great floor defense, Nati Valentina Anderson. The Rise back row. And Briggs Romine into the middle of the net. Uncharacteristic errors from Grand Rapids thus far tonight. It's all Omaha.
It is. That was a really nice dig by Carly Snyder. She hangs in there, digs up a nice ball for August Roski to set, and just an error attacking out of the back row.
This season, Omaha is 2-0 against the Rise. And there's Erica Pritchard, but all-time in sets between these two franchises, Omaha 19-9, soon to be 20-9.
Omaha does have the advantage, but one thing to keep in mind is all those sets have been fairly close in point spread. I think the biggest spread was 25-17, and Grand Rapids actually won that one. Other than that, they've all been very, very close. I believe they average about 3 points difference in each set. So Grand Rapids isn't far off of Omaha, even though the spread of sets looks a lot different.
Reagan Cooper, another kill.
And Reagan Cooper having a great night, too. I think that's her 4th kill. She's starting off well. Right now, Nati Valentina Anderson is connecting well with her hitters. Their tempo is great. Their location is great. They look really smooth right now.
Allison Witten, the former Creighton Blue Jay, gets an appreciative applause as she enters. Back row specialist. On set point for the Novas. Not yet, though. Alyssa Jensen to put away.
And Alyssa Jensen there going up for the quick attack, kind of mishits underneath the ball, and it just kind of floats over and falls down. That's a tough ball to dig because as a defensive player, you're expecting a hard hit.
Awalea for the set. Joust. Here come the Novas. Another swing for it. Whistle. Under the net against Omaha. 24-14.
The Omaha blockers just got tangled up there, and Phoebe Awalea went under the net and touched it.
Gomez, a great pass, great libero, left side tip shot. Roll shot from Brooke Nuneviller. Pritchard, another big slug for a kill. I think she gets the start in the second set.
If I were Kathy George, I would make the same change. Pritchard has come in, and she's playing really well right now. I'd continue to roll with her.
Holds all sorts of kill records at Maryland, where she played for 4 years. Nana Viller, now she's blocked. Remember, San Diego against Omaha, 17 blocks on Saturday night.
And Saturday night was just a very high blocking numbers match. Omaha had 14 blocks of their own that night, so both teams were hitting down into the block a lot. But Grand Rapids, we know they're a great blocking team. They're starting to show it. Unfortunately, there they have the serving error to end the set.
Omaha takes the first, 25-16 comeback for set number 2 from downtown Omaha.
Nebraskans love their volleyball. That's why NCN is once again televising Omaha Supernovas matches this season. Join Husker volleyball announcer John Baylor and Husker Olympian Nancy Metcalf for all the action as the Supernovas look to defend their pro volleyball championship in 2025. Tune in to News Channel Nebraska for Omaha Supernovas volleyball, presented by Barry Law.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Get ready, Novas Nation. On Saturday, April 19th, the Supernovas will light up the court as they face off against the arch-rival Atlanta Vibe. Join the electric atmosphere as two of the league's best go head-to-head in a battle you don't want to miss. Pack the CHI Health Center and help us push your Supernovas closer to a championship. Be a part of the world's leading pro volleyball fan base. Secure your tickets now at supernovas.com.
Omaha wins set number 1. Here are the standings coming into tonight. Omaha, Atlanta already have locked up playoff spots. Orlando and Indy being chased by Grand Rapids. And Grand Rapids with 5 matches to play, including tonight. 2.5 games back, must-win situation.
It is. For Grand Rapids right now, I think they're feeling the pressure, and I think that's why they didn't look the same we expected them to play offensively tonight. But they have 4 matches left after tonight against all of the top 4 teams. So they know they're going to have good competition. They've got to be performing and just executing really well.
Kelsey Payne tonight, 6 kills in the first set, coming off 4 kills in that first set out of 6 swings, coming off a match when she had 22 kills 2 matches ago against Vegas. She, like everybody other than Caitlin Horde, struggled on Saturday night against San Diego. What does she bring to the Omaha offense?
I think Kelsey Payne is such a tall, long player. She hits the ball from a very high angle. She can hit downward angles that most players can't attack because of her height and her long arms. But she's a very quick player. She jumps really well. So when she's attacking, she's able to see the block and go around it, hit angles around it that other players typically cannot.
4 kills for Reagan Cooper, 4 for Kelsey Payne, number 11 for the Supernovas. She played in this building in the 2015 Final Four for the KU Jayhawks against Nebraska. There's Caitlin Horde, former Husker, after 4 years at Penn State. Carly Snyder tips it, and that's a lead for Grand Rapids. First in the match, 1-0.
And I think that's a very well thought out tip by Carly Snyder. She knows that Caitlin Horde was serving as a middle blocker. She's going to be playing down the line on defense. It's a lot harder for middles to get that tip than a libero usually, and Carly Snyder places it right over the block to make Caitlin Horde extend, and she cannot play it up.
Wow, that's a nasty jump. Serves Kelsey Payne, sides out.
Great quick side out there by Omaha. The Supernovas want to get out of those jump serving rotations quickly because the longer a server goes, the more in rhythm, the more in a groove they feel. So you want to get out of those jump serve rotations very quickly. Great swing there by Omaha to get out of it.
And Erica Pritchard and also Rasky stay in there to play for Grand Rapids here in the second set after a forgettable first set won by Omaha. 2-1 Grand Rapids. There's Jensen, who played at Michigan State for her current head coach, Kathy George. Alalea tip shot, great up by the middle. Jensen, Pritchard, over digging out. Pritchard the kill. 3-1 Grand Rapids.
Pritchard having success right now for Grand Rapids. She came out in the first set and had 3 kills on 3 attacks, which is a really great hitting percentage for an opposite. But there you just see she's cutting it outside the block back into the court. That's a tough angle for Camila Gomez to get underneath and dig in the court.
Nice crowd on this Thursday night in Omaha. Don't think we're going to hit 10,000 tonight. Had so many, 15 all-time above 10,000 in this building to watch the Supernovas. Back row Nunaville has been a little quiet offensively. Now Pritchard cross court and another attack error by Grand Rapids. 3 apiece in the second.
That's Pritchard's first attack error, but what I really liked on that play was Reagan Cooper was setting up the block for Omaha on the outside, and she pushed Phoebe Awalewa back in, and she said, let's not move all the way out. She kept her inside because that set was inside. It was a great block setup.
Snyder just in.
That's a nice offensive run there by Grand Rapids. Carly Snyder coming out of the middle back. Brooke Nunaviller for Omaha shades towards zone 5 and left back, and Carly Snyder cuts it back towards zone 1 for the kill.
Gomez guides it beautifully to her setter. The slide, Awalewa block back. Cooper over dig. Nati, big swing, just long, and shares a chuckle with the chair official. It's always good when your captain, your leader, is on good terms with the chair official.
Good camaraderie, yes.
Yep. Nati, I think, was hoping for a different verdict. He wouldn't give it to her. Hold 6 wouldn't either. Beautiful shot. Back row by Kelsey Payne.
It's a really nice swing out of the back row by Kelsey Payne. Again, using her height and her high reach, coming down on that ball at such a sharp angle. It's a great set by Nati Valentin Anderson, leading her in front of that 10-foot line.
Well, they look like they're having fun. All Omaha thus far. They're trailing by 1 early in second. Snyder, nice pass. Great Florida Gator. There's Ali Bastianelli trying to get her first kill. Block back. Page. Briggs Romine, Western Kentucky. Now Reagan Cooper had 3 stops in college. Kelsey Payne, a Jayhawk for 4 years, delivers the kill. 5 apiece.
There were some really nice digs on that rally. Omaha had Kelsey Payne diving to the floor to dig a ball up, a long, high cross-court bump set coming for Reagan Cooper. She took a really gutsy swing, hit it off the block, and her team covered her. They're able to go at it again and end up with the point.
Kathy George and the trainer out to talk to Ali Bastianelli. Make sure she's okay. Ali Bastianelli's saying, I'm fine, don't worry about it, I'm okay. Here's Phoebe Awalewa. Kathy George satisfied. Awalewa sends it to the back middle. Briggs Romine, blocked back, and in. Uncertain why no member of the Rise chased that ball.
That was a very high rebound off that block. I think there was time. I think all of the Grand Rapids players thought there was somebody behind them who was going to take it, and by the time they realized there wasn't, it was too late.
You got it. No, you take it. Oh, would be a great pass. Bastianelli, bang. It's her first kill with authority.
Bastianelli got on that ball very quickly, hammered it down the line. Phoebe Awalewa made an attempt to play it. Unfortunately, you can see it got our camera guy instead.
Bastianelli, 3-time All-American for Chris Thomas at Illinois. And there's her first ace of the night, Paige Briggs Romine. 5 years at Western Kentucky. Shattered all the records there offensively. Rise trying to tie this match up at 1 set each, and that's just long.
Paige Briggs Romine is trying to be really aggressive with her serve, and on the first one it paid off because she's hitting that ball so hard and flat that when it hits the net, it does go over. But when it misses the net, it sailed long again. She's had a few errors tonight serving, I think because she's trying to be really aggressive.
It's not too Valentin Anderson. Sends it to Carly Snyder. Decent pass. Back row Pritchard. Big travels out of here. Pritchard, who started the last match, did not finish it. The huge 5-set win at Indy for Grand Rapids. Comes in off the bench and has been a spark. 8-7 Rise. Valentin Anderson takes a peek at the defense and sets it up for Reagan Cooper and delivers. The last matches for each team are consequential. We told you about the ugly loss by Omaha at San Diego. Well, Grand Rapids with a huge win at Indianapolis, a team they're chasing for an elusive playoff berth.
Yes, both teams are kind of coming off of very different outcomes, but with very different motivations going into this as well.
Pritchard loves that spot. Back right killers. Second match back from missing some time away due to injury.
And Erica Pritchard doing a really nice job there again, taking some heat off of that ball. She's not hitting it as hard as she can, but placing it sharper cross court in front of Nati Valentin Anderson.
Here come the rise. Carly Snyder, another big block. Looked like Caitlin Hort again, and she's, I think that puts her atop the league lead. We have the two leaders in that category in this match, Bastianelli and Hort.
Caitlin Hort doing a nice job there, staying with that block, keeping her hands over even as her body is moving. I think Carly Snyder was hoping someone on her side was going to cover that ball because it wasn't a straight down block.
Omaha going after Snyder, who passes well on that one. Great dig by Caitlin Hort. Kelsey Payne now. Nati over to Brooke Nonaviller. Great up. And Pritchard, tip shot, block back, and under the net against Grand Rapids. And back on top, Omaha, 10-9 in the second.
Both teams are having some really nice digs and chasing the ball, pursuing, getting some nice ups and opportunities to attack a second time or a third time. But that ball coming so close to the net was too tough. Grand Rapids couldn't get there in time to pull it out without netting.
Ogilvy pulls her setter off. Snyder, great up by Nati. She loves the dig. Pritchard, another big swing. Here come the Novas, up one. Kelsey Payne. For a 2-point lead, Brooke Nonaviller. Roll shot, no. Reagan Cooper, just long. Tied at 10.
Again, great defensive plays there on both sides. I think it was Reagan Cooper absolutely destroyed a ball. And on Grand Rapids side, they popped it up. They ran an offense out of it. Both teams are doing a really nice job of staying in system, even on tough defensive plays.
And that's a service ace. Carly Snyder, a wicked jump serve, gives Grand Rapids the lead once more.
She does. She's able to pull that ball down, and it tails down just at the end of the court. We can see here it barely tags the end line.
Wow. Nonaviller tipping, it works.
There's a little bit of ex-teammate there. Brooke Nonaviller knows Paige Briggs-Romine so well. She knows Paige is going to be back to dig that cross-court shot and tipping it inside the block sharp, making Paige have to come forward and play that, and it's out of reach.
Paige a little late on that one, but she's made some huge digs so far in this match.
She has. She plays great defense in general. She is always able to make plays. That time she didn't get it, but she has made some really nice plays over the course of the night.
Alyssa Jensen gets done. Nonaviller, a ton of swings again tonight. Over dig and two-handed home. Phoebe Avalea. 12-11 Omaha.
Phoebe Avalea, they're taking advantage of the mistake on Grand Rapids. Brooke Nonaviller didn't hit that ball that hard. Grand Rapids overpasses it, and Phoebe making them pay, finding an open spot on the court to throw that back down.
Good chance for the Novas to go up by two. Back with Reagan Cooper. No, we're tied. Alyssa Jensen, recent mom. Daughter Emma about to turn 2 in a month. Gets the serve.
And Alyssa Jensen up at the net, again, reaching over. She's had a really nice year blocking for Grand Rapids as well. She's passed her season total for blocks this year, and I want to say she's close to doubling or possibly even tripling it this year compared to last year. So she's blocking really well for her team.
Here come the Novas, winding up, firing. Brooke Nonaviller in.
I think both teams now are starting to get in more of a rhythm. We can see Brooke Nonaviller here. She's off the net quite a bit, able to find that cross-court angle inside the block and still find the sideline.
Brooke Nonaviller averages each match 14 kills and 13 digs. Averages each match. She's had 14 double-doubles this year. Snyder, a regular target. Perfect pass this time. One-arm dig by Gomez. Reagan Cooper waits, fires, tight. Pritchard, no. Reagan Cooper delivers another.
And that was a miss hit for Reagan Cooper. There, again, some really nice plays in that rally going back and forth. Camila Gomez here, popping it up with one arm, and Brooke Nonaviller stepping into set. Reagan Cooper there kind of spatches the ball, and it goes deep on Elena Ogilvy, and she's able to get the point.
Reagan Cooper, the reigning Pro Volleyball Federation Rookie of the Year. And Holthouse mishandles that pass, and that's a service ace for Brooke Nunaville. And it's all Novas for the moment, 15-12.
Brooke Nunaviller, you mentioned her stats a minute ago, having double-doubles. She has been a consistent leader for this Omaha team. She's really taken stock, I think, in being leader and taken pride in being the consistent player that her team needs.
That was her 5th service ace of the year, Avalea, and another one for Omaha, 4 straight. Kathy George about to burn a timeout. Media timeout, beg your pardon. Either way, we get a break, come back. Omaha trying to take a commanding 2-love lead.
If you've been seriously injured, victory requires teamwork. At Berry Law, we understand what's at stake for you and your family. We have fought for the rights of our clients for over 50 years. Together, we pursue justice to recover the financial compensation and peace of mind that you deserve. Our mission is to win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Berry Law. We are in it to win it.
This program is provided in part by CHI Health Center Omaha, bringing more than 30 national performances every year to Omaha. Ticket information is available online. CHI Health Center Omaha also features a convention center and 20 meeting rooms to accommodate conferences of any size. Virtual tours can be accessed at chihealthcenteromaha.com.
Omaha Supernovas volleyball on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Berry Law. If you've been seriously injured, call Berry Law. And tonight's scoreboard sponsor is Liberty First Credit Union, presented by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. That's libertyfirstcu.com. 16-12 Novas after handily winning the first, 25-16.
Both teams are playing cleaner now than Grand Rapids did in the first set. Omaha able to come back from actually a deficit early in this set by continuing with their defense and their blocking and keeping the ball in play offensively.
Holthouse, that's tough. Hips are going this way, ball's going the other way.
That's a great shot. And at the professional level, you see a lot of that where players face one way and hit the other because you have to be deceptive. Blocks and defenses are so good. Eleanor Holthouse there does a great job of turning the ball a different direction and is able to come up with the kill.
Nati chooses outside. Reagan Cooper stuffed.
It's Ali Bastianelli again for the block. This is what we expected to see. We knew they're both great blocking teams. We knew Ali Bastianelli especially would be a force at the net for Grand Rapids, and she is.
She had 9 blocks Saturday night in the 5-set win at Indy. Kelsey Payne loves that back right. This time they stop her. Holthouse, 2 for her last 2. Here come the Rise.
And Eleanor Holthouse right now heating up for the Grand Rapids Rise. I think August Roski is doing a great job feeding her the ball at a tempo that Eleanor is comfortable hitting.
Gomez, Libero getting a lot of action passing. Omaha will take that, as will Reagan Cooper. 17-15, Novas.
That's a great tempo set by Nati Valentine Anderson. Reagan Cooper doing a really nice job there because that ball was a little tight to net, and she's able to get up on it quickly and hammer it between the hole and the block.
7 kills for Cooper, 7 kills for Kelsey Payne. Phoebe Avalea. Line drives it long. At Minnesota, I don't recall her serving a whole lot.
That is one of the downsides when middles don't serve in college. If you move on to the professional game, you have to serve because of the lack of substitutions. And so it can be a big adjustment sometimes.
Caitlin Horde, not just a blocker. 18-16.
Great job by Nati Valentine Anderson there, feeding that quick ball to Caitlin Horde, taking advantage of how quick Caitlin can get off the ground and attack.
Caitlin Horde leads the team in attack percentage for the season, .332. Leads the league in blocks. Nati into the net. 1-point ball game. Omaha up by 1 set. 25-16 in the first. There's Ali Bastianelli, former Fighting Illini. Cooper guides it to Nati. Fed outside. Kelsey Payne, no. Now to tie this, Rasky sends it over. Carly Snyder. Jack back. Reagan Cooper. Great defense. Top 2 defensive teams in the PVF. Nana Viller, 2-point lead for Omaha.
Some really nice rally plays back and forth there. Brooke Nunaviller coming out of it with the kill by turning that ball and finding the edges of the block to tool it off.
Omaha looking like its old self, 16-6 for the year. They're 14-4 in their last 18 matches. Beautiful block by Brooke Nunaville. 2017 Omaha.
I love the awareness there by Brooke Nunaviller, knowing August Roski is a left-handed player. She's a very active offensive player. Brooke is all over that, expecting it to happen on that tight pass.
Timeout, Grand Rapids. Supernovas 5 away from taking a 2-love lead.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
There's Nati Valentine Anderson. She has surpassed 400 digs in her Supernovas career with 7 so far tonight. Boy, for setters to love to dig is kind of a rarity.
And Nati takes pride in being the defensive player that digs the ball, because most teams, if you have to dump a ball somewhere, you're going to throw it towards the setter, because at least if she digs it, someone else has to set, so it takes you out of your offensive rhythm. So setters need to be ready to dig, and Nati is no exception. She does a great job back there.
She runs a very fast offense. Part of the 2016 Puerto Rican Olympic team. And there's a swing by Nunaville nearly. Yes, it does drop. 21-18 Omaha.
Brooke Nunaville there doing a good job hitting high and hard. Grand Rapids able to pop it up but not chase down for the second attempt, second touch.
Heart and soul of the Omaha Supernovas. Captain Brooke Nunaville. Allison Witten, Creighton Blue Jay. Alyssa Jensen in their kill. Nati chases down. Beautiful set. And someone's in the net. Oh, it's Brooke Nunaville. I thought the defense was. Nope, the offense. 21-19, 2-point ball game after the Grand Rapids point.
That's a tough ball. It's super high, out of system from deep back in the court. It's a tough angle for Brooke Nunaville. She tries to throw it into the block, but is a little too aggressive and taps the net as a result.
Wow. That jump serve is something from Carly Snyder. Tip shot, Kelsey Payne. That doesn't work. Nunaville, she's going to try it. No. Kelsey Payne in full swing, and 3 in a row. Come right back at the Novas, and it's a 1-point ball game again.
We see there the Grand Rapids block working pin to pin, getting over it in the face of the Omaha players. To tip against a tall block, it's very difficult because it seems like they hang there forever because they're so tall.
Nunaville, full rip. And in the net against Grand Rapids. Who was the guilty party on that one?
I couldn't tell. I think it was Erica Pritchard, but their block against Brooke Nunaville, they were being too aggressive and getting into the net, trying to reach over.
Big juncture in this one in the red zone. 22-20 Omaha. Trying to take commanding 2-love lead. Ogilvie, nice pass. Holdhouse. Here come the Novas. Nunaville, left pin roll shot. Ogilvie, another great up by the libero. Pritchard chipping, no. Kelsey Payne, not this time. Rasky feeds it to, wow, Eleanor Holdhouse. No doubter. 22-21.
Eleanor Holthouse has taken some really nice aggressive swings Right on this one, August Roski is doing a nice job feeding her that fastball. Even on that pass that was a little tight to the net, she's doing a great job getting there and feeding that up-tempo speed ball to Eleanor Holthouse to give her something to swing at. She's got one blocker. It gives her a lot of court to find.
Roski, Grand Rapids setter, overlapped 1 year with Brooke Nunaviller at Oregon. Phoebe Alalea, hey, the tip shot does occasionally work. Why in that time did it fool Grand Rapids?
I don't think it fooled them, but Phoebe Awalea is such a good jumper. She's coming from a higher point of contact, so it doesn't have to go up as high to get over the block. So she finds some success hanging and dropping it down. Yep.
Height has its advantages.
It does.
23-21, 2 to go. Witten stays in for Omaha, and a second ace for Brooke Nunaviller in this set. The fifth and sixth aces of the season. 3 chances for Omaha to take a 2-love lead.
Brooke serving really aggressive there, and Grand Rapids just having some, I don't know, miscommunication or hesitation trying to get up a second touch on that ball.
Ogilvie, Raske, Holthouse blasted off the block. That's 1.
Holthouse again coming up, being aggressive, finding a place to hit it through that block.
Holthouse 5 years for Christy Johnson at Iowa State. What a set by Kelsey Payne. Too much. Overestimated gravity, 24-23. Last chance in this sequence to close out the set. Reagan Cooper over digging wide. Set 2, Supernovas. 25-23 after a 25-16 set 1. Trying for yet another sweep when we come back. And also visit the Raiders show. 27 years helmsman at Kansas Volleyball. 2-love Omaha at home.
Supernovas Volleyball on News Channel Nebraska is brought to you in part by the CHI Health Center in Omaha and by Barry Law. Barry Law is in it to win it. If you've been seriously injured, call Barry Law.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Well, for about a week, I was having kind of some chest pains, just rumblings across, and it just kept going on and on. And so I said to my husband, I said, I think you need to take me to ER. And I walked into ER and I said, I think I'm having a heart attack. Within 20 minutes, I was in the cath lab. I had a blockage, I believe, over here, and they put in 2 stents. One of them, they said, was quite long. It was much better than the alternative. Dr. B gives me a lot of confidence and encouragement, and just keep working and keep going. I would highly recommend Faith Regional ER, the doctors, and definitely rehab. They just take care of you. Through courage and the help of Faith Regional, I became a heart hero.
Get ready, Novas Nation. On Saturday, April 19th, the Supernovas will light up the court as they face off against the arch-rival Atlanta Vibe. Join the electric atmosphere as 2 of the league's best go head-to-head in a battle you don't want to miss. Pack the CHI Health Center and help us push your Supernovas closer to a championship. Be a part of the world's leading pro volleyball fan base. Secure your tickets now at supernovas.com.
Supernovas Volleyball on News Channel Nebraska is brought to you in part by the CHI Health Center in Omaha and by Barry Law. Barry Law is in it to win it. If you've been seriously injured, call Barry Law.
Welcome back to CHI Health Center Omaha. 2 sets to love with Nancy Metcalf. My name's John Baylor. And hey, right between us, there's Ray Bouchard. 27 years, the head coach of Kansas.
Yeah, no more. February 1st. But it's great to be here and, number one, watch some good volleyball and get to see some former Jayhawks in action.
4 of them out there. 3 for Omaha, 1 for Grand Rapids. How gratifying is that for you?
Yeah, it's really cool. You know, Cooper came to us a little bit late, just had her 1 year, but boy, she flourished in the 1 year that we had her. And what she thought was probably the end of her career, I think is just getting it started. So, and obviously Payne's been so good for a long time, and we were lucky to have Toy for a couple years, and then setter on the other side, Cameron Turner obviously had a great career with us as well.
Let me get this straight. You, Mary Wise, John Cook, Kirsten Bernthal Booth. What's the pattern?
Yeah, I was first. Cook texted me and said, "What are you doing?" I said, a couple weeks later, I texted him, "What are you doing?" So, yeah, it's, for me, we left the program in really good shape. I got to do it for 27 years. And now me and my wife have 6 grandkids in the area. So there's a lot to do that way. And, you know, for the last 40 falls, we've been occupied. Now we get to go do some fun stuff.
Can you talk about the sense of pride you feel in seeing some of your former players, Coach Bird, who helped you also as a coach, seeing them all out here and the opportunities they have for women's sports now?
Number one, just to have the opportunity to play professionally here in the United States, and obviously Omaha does such a great job. You know, we were walking around before, and the fan base here is just so unique. All ages, a lot of range to it. But yeah, to have some former Jayhawks out here competing and doing well is a lot of fun to see. Kind of a proud papa. Yeah.
Ray Bouchard, 27 years head coach at KU. You've got some memories in this building. 2015, you come off that huge small upset. Maybe you thought you were the favorite.
It was a pretty big upset.
Over USC in the regional final. Kelsey Payne was playing for you.
Yeah.
Against the Huskers, 18,000 red-clad fans. What do you remember of that final?
I think it was the biggest crowd to watch an indoor match at the time. I wish we could have had a little bit more of a neutral site, but it just seemed like the Huskers were, that year, were kind of determined, and we came in here and I thought played a very competitive match. And you know, we were 30-3 that year, and the 3 losses were to the 2 teams that played in the national championship. So we had a lot to be proud of.
What do you tell fans who think the college game is changing because of NIL and the transfer portal?
Yeah, that's part of my motivation, I think, to do something else. To me, it was difficult when recruiting wasn't so relationship-based anymore. But, hey, I'm glad to see some of the kids making a little bit of money, and I guess they get to go find a program that they want to be happy with. But it's very different, and I think there's going to be some people better equipped to handle that than me.
Bill Self gets back to the Final Four. You're going to be sitting right behind his bench again?
Yes. Hopefully soon.
It's Ray Bouchard. Tough year this year for the Jayhawks men's basketball team.
Yeah, but, you know, the portal, sometimes it works out, sometimes it's not so great, so we'll bounce back.
Set 3, the Supernovas go for their 9th sweep of the season. We come right back. Stay right there.
I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
Get ready, Novas Nation. On Friday, April 25th, the Supernovas will light up the court as they face off against the Columbus Fury. Join the electric atmosphere. It's volleyball after dark. An electrifying night featuring a local spring match showdown between Creighton and UNO. Seats are filling fast. You don't want to miss this one-of-a-kind volleyball doubleheader. Secure your seats now at supernovas.com.
Supernovas Volleyball on News Channel Nebraska is brought to you in part by the CHI Health Center in Omaha and by Barry Law. Barry Law is in it to win it. If you've been seriously injured, call Barry Law.
Brooke Nunaviller came in hitting .306 and 3.8 kills per set. That's third highest in the PBF, fourth most kills in the league. And what a night already. She's got 6 kills, hitting .167, got a block and 5 digs. As Brooks Nunaviller goes, so often so go the Supernovas.
Yes, because she's one of the leaders on the team and also like the emotional leader. If that person is struggling, sometimes your team, because you're feeding off of them, you can struggle as well. But when Brooke is playing well, the team feeds off that the same way.
2 love Supernovas. League lead 8 sweeps this year. They're going for number 9. Carly Schneider, 1 love, Grand Rapids.
Carly Snyder, they're doing what we've seen her do all season, coming out of the back row, hitting an angle, getting a kill.
Rasky serving. Took over the setter position late set 1. And Cameron Turner. Pritchard blocked back, and she touched it on the way out. Point Supernovas. So tempting.
Well, it is. As a hitter, you're coming down, and it's hard to get out of the way and just let it fall. And she reaches and immediately recoils because she realizes it was going out of bounds.
Kelsey Payne the serve. Snyder a regular target. She's been up to the task. Good passer tonight. Great rescue by Payne and Nati. Free ball. Pritchard blocked. Brooke Nunaviller, she's only 5'8".
She's only 5'8", but she has such a good blocking move. She gets out quickly and over the net. With blocking, height is nice and it helps. But if you're not over the net, it gives teams things to use. Brooke does a nice job reaching over the net and sealing that block.
False alarm. Brooke's 5'10". Nati is 5'8". Jensen the swing. Big. Here's Nunaviller. 5'10". Slams it straight down.
And there's Nati giving Brooke that quick go set to the outside. Brooke taking advantage of it, turning it down the line. When they run quickly, Brooke can get on that ball so fast because she's so dynamic.
It's been all Omaha most of the night, though. The second set was a deuce game. This time, breakdown. Snyder's passing, gets it back, can only roll Schneider. Here come the Novas, already up 3-1 in the third, trying to sweep. Great dig by Ogilvie. Distant relative of the great Ben Ogilvie, Major League star for couple decades. And there's a kill by Reagan from the back row, 4-1.
Nice defense by Ogilvie there, popping that ball. That was a tough dig for her. But Reagan Cooper coming back out of the back row and cutting a sharp angle back towards the left sideline.
Back-to-back poor passes from Snyder. Back row swing by Carly Snyder, still delivers.
That's a nice swing by Carly Snyder. I think Omaha's block needs to stay at the net, knowing she's an attacker who's going to go after the ball. That did not pass very high over the net, which is what caused it to fall short in front of the defense. If the block is there, they should block that ball down.
That scoreboard brought to you by Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Snyder back to the front row. Kelsey Payne. Big night digging as well as everything else. And a big block by the number 1 blocking team in the league. 4-3 now, Omaha.
Nice block by the Grand Rapids side here. I've really appreciated Kelsey Payne's defense tonight. She's had some tough tip balls that she's had to lay out on the floor for. She's dug some hard hit balls, but she has hung in there on defense. She's doing a nice job defensively for Omaha as well as offensively.
Gomez, the libero, looking for an assist. And she gets one. Nunaviller, 2 in the block.
Brooke Nunaviller there showing her intellect on the volleyball court. She's inside the court, jumps in, tools it out of bounds off the block.
2 nights from now, it's number 1 versus number 2. Omaha hosting Atlanta. Be here for that one. Jack back, hold house, no. Gomez looking for another assist. Eleanor Holthouse, Iowa State Cyclone, block back, good cover. Carly Snyder, huge block. Nati, they go after. She's 5'8". She's a leaper though, 6'3".
And Nati gets fired up when she does. She knows teams are going to try to use her small height to her disadvantage blocking. So when her team gets a block while she's in the front row, she gets so fired up.
Phoebe Awalea got, I think, credit for that one. Only one blocker gets credit for a block in the PBS.
And that's standard for professional volleyball, international volleyball. They credit only the person who touched the ball. There's no shared blocks or half blocks. That ball just long off Brooks' serve.
In the college game, sometimes 3 players will share it. Tip shot, Reagan Cooper.
And that was a definite miscommunication by Grand Rapids. Carly Snyder comes across the net. August Roski, you can see, is right under the block, and it falls between them.
Reagan Cooper already 10 kills. We're early in the 3rd set. She did not play in the last 2 matches. Allie Batenhorst took over.
On March 30th, the last time these 2 teams met here in Omaha, Ray Bouchard was here for that match, and Reagan Cooper led the team with 15 kills. I think there might be a pattern here.
Player playing in front of her former college coach. Another big block. Let's see who got this one. Not T by herself. 5'8". Omaha has been in command nearly the entire night. Phoebe Awalea, and she nearly gets an ace. Free ball, great chance. Caitlin Horde, kaboom!
And that started off with the tough serve coming across the net from Phoebe Awalea. But I really like how Kate Horde takes her time on that free ball, gets a good pass. Nati holds the block just a little bit by faking an attack, gives Kate Horde a one-on-one, and Kate's able to find the deep court for the kill.
Ali Bastianelli last time against Omaha, only 2 blocks. She had 9 in her last match. She's hasn't had a big role blocking it tonight. Old House tips with success. No libero back there.
No libero. Again, that's a smart shot. I think that's an intellectual shot coming from the Grand Rapids offense, knowing the libero's out. That tip over the block is going to be more open.
Supernovas wearing their dark night jerseys, navy tops. Swing Kelsey Payne, there's just too much heat on that. Karam's out of here. 10-5 Omaha.
Nati Valentine Anderson there does such a great job leading Kelsey Payne. As an opposite attacker, when you're coming out, any back row attacker, when you're coming out of the back row, the ball led in front of the line allows you to explode to the ball and gets you a lot better angle attacking on it.
Line drive serve just out of here. Is it an overstatement to say that Grand Rapids' playoff hopes right now are in the balance? They got to do a 180 reversal here in a hurry.
There's a lot of things that have to fall into place for them to make the playoffs, but if they're playing the way they've been playing so far tonight, I don't think it's going to happen. The teams they're playing are not going to let them win playing at this level.
All the matches remaining for Grand Rapids are against the top 4 squads already in the play, or with the best chance of making the playoffs.
They don't have any give-me's left in their schedule, but tonight they haven't been passing very well. I think Omaha's done a pretty good job handling the serving and serve receiving against Grand Rapids serve, but right now Omaha's serve is winning the battle with Grand Rapids serve receive, and it's making it tough for their offense to get going.
Roski sets back row, Paige Biggs Romine, nice up by Reagan Cooper. Roski chooses outside. Pritchard just wide. Another unforced error.
Pritchard trying to be aggressive there, had just a single block with Kelsey Payne, but Kelsey Payne is such a big blocker that Pritchard has forced to hit a sharper angle and ended up making the error trying to avoid the block.
Ogilvy's passed decently tonight, and there's a nice kill by Ali Bastianelli.
And that started by the Ogilvy pass, their perfect pass to August Roski. She's able to feed Bastianelli on that slide set, and Ali Bastianelli does such a nice job going behind the setter, finding the seam or the hole in the block and hitting it down in between that.
Bastianelli's such a decorated collegian. She was in that 2018 Final Four match in Minneapolis against Nebraska. Illinois had 2 match points in the third, lost it in 5. And Kelsey Payne, a big block in front of Erica Pritchard. It's all Omaha tonight.
Here we can see it again. Kelsey Payne, a short step out, pushing over, able to get that block on Erica Pritchard.
Caitlin Hordes, 4 years for Penn State. Grew up in Lexington, Kentucky. 1 year for the Huskers, 2022. And the slide and a kill.
That's Alyssa Jensen this time going behind August Roski, but August Roski does a nice job feeding that ball on the slide, finding her middles, giving them something to attack.
Marin Grode actually just checked in from a Washington Husky. Played middle. She had a big year last year, has played intermittently this year. And a roll shot from Pritchard into the antenna.
There's another one of those uncharacteristic errors we were talking about. Sometimes when your team is struggling, it feels like you have to do so much more to try to get them back into it. I think that's what you're seeing from Grand Rapids tonight.
Nothing has come with ease for Grand Rapids offensively this evening. There's Marin Grote. Block back coverage. Eleanor Holdhouse. Straight up by Kelsey Payne. She's not just a great offensive threat. Huge kill. Quick none of it. They call it just out of bounds.
The arena exploded. The fans were so excited and fired up. But Brooke Nuneviller misses just by a hair out of bounds. That actually looked in from that replay.
Oof.
So close.
Oh. Pancake kick. Hold everything. I think they're going to call it double touch. Or maybe hit the floor.
I think Omaha's challenging that it hit the floor.
You have to do it right away. You can't wait till the whole thing's over and then say, let's take a long look at this deal. No, it's going to happen bang right now. If you let the whole thing float through, it's too late.
Well, and they want to keep the pace of the game moving. That's one of their goals with professional volleyball. In college volleyball, sometimes when the play finishes, and it can be a rally that goes back and forth 5 or 6 times, and then at the end of the rally, if a team doesn't win the point, then they decide to challenge maybe the first touch of the rally. This way, it's very short. It happens very quickly. They're not allowed to let a rally go on and on and on before they challenge something that happens so far back.
I guess Ogilvy pancaked it. I thought Briggs-Romine pancaked it, and then when she kicked it, that's a double touch. But I think Ogilvy must have pancaked it. We do not have a perfect view on what is 70s music night here. Elton John and Kiki D are serenading the throng here tonight. And I guess it hit the floor. Yep.
Just in front of Ogilvy's hand.
Bolt 6 is great for figuring things out. Wish I had one of those in my home. There's got to be some residential applications.
You would think for child consequences it would help.
When they claim they didn't eat the ice cream, let's check the Bolt 6.
They have so many cameras, though. It just gives them a great angle. And the ball anywhere in the court, they can have a camera that shows a great angle of it. So it makes the calls a lot easier for the officials.
Paige Briggs-Romine the last kill. Served by Marin Grote. High pass, joust. Paige Briggs-Romine to get within 4. Not yet. Nuneviller, boy, she likes the tip. And she's so deceptive. Few others have that kind of tipping success. 16-10. Media timeout. Brooke Nuneviller, the Omaha Supernovas, in control. 9 to go for a sweep here at home.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Number 1 versus number 2. 6 o'clock this Saturday night. Supernovas.com. Be here for that one. It's the Atlanta Vibe. Winners of 10 in a row. Caleb Banworth has got it rolling in Atlanta. The vibes are positive. And the Omaha Supernovas trying to get back on the winning track. It looks good right now. Promising 16-10 in the third. And this one's brought to you by the Barry Law Firm. If you've been seriously injured, just call Barry Law on our scoreboard. It's brought to you by Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. 9 to go. Here comes Allie Batenhorst. 3-year Husker, 1-year USC Trojan. Mac Pedraza, 4-year Ohio State Buckeye, 1-year Penn State. And to serve Lindsey Krause. Papillion, Nebraskan, 4-year Husker. Former number 1 high school recruit in the country. 2-time Gatorade High School Player of the Year, state of Nebraska. 4-time state champion with nearby Omaha Scott High School. So wholesale changes for Laura Bird Kuhn. That's showing a lot of confidence. Still 9 points to go.
Well, this is something Coach Bird had talked to us about. She said in practices there are so many times where our starters, they are neck and neck or getting beat by our other side in drills. And so she said, I would love to give some of these girls a chance to play, get them some reps, give them some confidence, and let them just go out there and rip it and see what they can do.
The second team is very competitive against the first team for Omaha in practice.
It is. She said half the time they're beating the first team. And so a lot of these players now are getting a chance. She wanted to make a mass sub, and she just did that coming out of that timeout. We're seeing a lot of players that we either haven't seen or haven't seen very much, and they're all getting a shot tonight, which is really nice to see.
Got 6 except for Phoebe Alalea. She's going to stay in. Excuse me, it's Toy Anabanjo. Toy Anabanjo is going to stay. It's a 6 for 6. You got 6 brand new players, and this is still very competitive. 16-10, a yellow card against Omaha for taking too long. You get the subs in there, and they didn't know where they were supposed to be.
They were out of rotation, had the wrong person back to serve.
Toyana Benjo sends the serve. She's a first-round pick out of KU for Omaha. Shot by Bastianelli. Back row, Lindsey Krause bangs it. Dig travels backwards. Paige Briggs roll mine into the net. 17-10.
And this second team, whatever you want to call it for Omaha, they play with so much freedom and so much joy. It's fun to see them all out here celebrating together, getting excited about this.
On a Benjo. Not a great pass. Holdhouse blocked back by Allie Batenhorst. She is such a great blocker. Here come the Novas back right. Tipper from Emily Londot. No. Nice up by Anna Banjo. Has not played much this year. Holdhouse. Straight up by Londot to her college teammate Ohio State. Back Pedraza. Batenhorst swings. Bastianelli back. It falls.
Really nice hustle plays there from the Omaha side. Both Grand Rapids side, Elena Ogilvie having some really nice digs on defense over there. Bastianelli ends up going up and just kind of roll-shotting a ball off the top, and it falls in between the two defenders.
Laura Bird Kuhn, I think, hoped if given another chance, wanted last Saturday night to make these kind of wholesale subs. She was down on that match big. In this match, she's up pretty big. Bringing in 6 for 6. You don't see this very often. 18-11 now.
And that's kind of the tough part for a coach is when you're down by a lot, you feel like if I make the change, it might work out great. But if you make the change and it doesn't work, then you look a little bit silly. So it's a hard balance to find when you give some different players a chance and when you make changes like that and when you stick with what you're doing and hope they can find a way to turn it around.
Riggs Romine still firing away. 18-12. Just her third kill on 15 swings. former Supernovas, sends it to Lindsey Krause. Emily London slams one down. She's a former player of the week in the league. She got a stretch of matches when she got to start. Kelsey Payne has taken over. London comes in off the bench tonight.
And I think that shows both the parity of the league, but also how so many of these teams have players that they can go with different players in different positions, and maybe you start for a stretch of matches like Emily London did. She was player of the week because she was playing so well, but then someone else starts to play really well, and Coach Kuhn is willing to make some switches, and they go with somebody else for a while. So it just shows how many good players are on each team.
Good look at Allie Badenhorst. Her boyfriend is Boston Celtic Baylor Shireman. Grew up in Aurora, Nebraska. Aurora, Nebraska, pipeline to the Boston Garden. Kevin Robinson checks in out of Wisconsin. For Grand Rapids, London mishit into the antenna, 19-14.
It's a great defensive play there by Mac Pedraza, but Emily London just misses a little wide and gets the antenna on the attack coming back out of system from Camila Gomez.
Raven Colvin, both teams are hitting the bench. Krause stuff, 19-15. Not sure Grand Rapids got the memo. This one's over.
No, Grand Rapids is not going to quit. It's a really nice block move out there by Devin Robinson, setting up and closing on that pin.
Raven Colvin, great Purdue Boilermaker. Gomez pulls her setter off. Batenhorst to the back row, diving up, beauty by Paige Briggs-Romine. Simone Abbott in there out of Northwestern for Grand Rapids. She's been rarely used this year. Back row, Batenhorst, wow, great take. Devin Robinson, here come the Novas. Both teams going with a lot of bench players. It's like a new match. Robinson tools the block, 19-16.
Smart shot there by Devin Robinson to end on the kill. But some really nice defensive plays by both teams, extending that. Paige Briggs-Romine stole 2 kills from Allie Batenhorst by making amazing defensive plays.
Devin Robinson, first-round pick from San Diego, just picked up by Grand Rapids. Father's the head basketball coach for Cleveland State. Grew up at Ankeny, Iowa, when he was an assistant for Iowa State. Tip shot, Kayla Caffey, the former Husker.
Smart placement there by Kayla Caffey, finding an opening in the court. Mac Pedraza trying to get it to her, getting her quick, but getting her a little low, and Kayla Caffey doing a nice job being smart with it.
Kayla, 16 service aces, leads the Novas. 5 to go. Perfect pass. Cameron Turner behind. Robinson, bang.
Devin Robinson is one of those players that I think when you look at their roster, you expect her to be starting because she's such a quality player. She's able to show it here coming in and getting a couple kills quickly.
One of the great high school middles ever coming out of Ankeny, Iowa. Great set by Pedraza. Krause blocked back. Emily London tipping no. Paige Briggs-Romine in. Got a 2-point ball game.
It's a nice aggressive swing by Paige Briggs-Romine, finding the end line on the court there. Here we see the replay, and it's on the end line.
Robinson sails it long. That could have been one of those JGII, just get it in.
Yep, that's a tough point to give it back when your team is making a comeback. You're cutting the lead. Starting to pull that momentum, and you give it back to Omaha by missing there.
4 to go. Going for the 9th sweep of the season. The win number 17, Simone Abbott blocked. Mac Pedraza, twin on the banjo.
And a minute ago, we saw Mac Pedraza set a ball that was so tight to the net. She used every inch of her length to get it. There we see her blocking. She's a tall setter, and she's able to use her height to her advantage.
6'2", Pedraza with the block. Here's London, 6'3". Abbott, not a great pass. Free ball back. Lindsey Krause looking for her first kill. No. Simone Abbott. And she's blocked.
Onabanjo there doing a nice job getting there, closing the block, getting over the net. That ball kind of trickles along the tape and eventually falls back on the Grand Rapids side.
Tonight's scoreboard brought to you by Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Side goes to Marin Grote. Slams it down. Younger sister Lydia plays for Orlando, former Minnesota Golden Gopher.
That's the second slide that they've used Marin Grote behind on, and she's doing a really nice job seeing the block and finding open spots on the court when she's attacking that slide.
This one brought to you by Barry Law. If you've been seriously injured, call Barry Law, B-E-R-R-Y. Former Northwestern Wildcat, Simone Abbott, has not played much this year. Only a 4-point game. And Batenhorst gets blocked by Marin Grote. 3-point game.
Marin Grote doing a nice job there, just staying in front of that ball for Allie Batenhorst and sealing over the net. Allie Batenhorst, if she can see one block, needs to do a better job turning angles on that attack.
Marin Grote, leaders in blocks a year ago, and 2 Novas thought the other would play it. We got a 2-point game.
Grand Rapids hanging around. They're still serving aggressive. Paige Biggs-Romine, the last several serves, has been doing a nice job for Grand Rapids passing and getting them in system on their serve receive. Omaha's got to turn it back on, get going.
Krause out. No touch, and the Grand Rapids bus driver's putting his keys back in the pocket. 23-22, a rare Laura Berg-Kuhn timeout.
It's a good timeout. I like it. Give the team a chance to take a breath, regroup, reset, come back out and be ready to get that side out.
Up by 6. Omaha brought in 6 new players, and frankly, Grand Rapids responded. You just have such little drop-off when you go search the bench at this level.
There is. These players, whether they're starters or bench players, are so similar in ability and athletic skill and volleyball talent that you can sub in and out, and it doesn't make a huge difference.
1 week from tomorrow night, Friday the 25th, right here at the CHI Health Center. Just go to supernovas.com for tickets for the Creighton and University of Omaha exhibition. That one starts at 5 o'clock, and then at 8 o'clock, the nightcap. Volleyball after dark. Omaha Supernovas host the Columbus Fury. That's a week from tomorrow night volleyball after dark, right?
It'll be a full night of volleyball with some really high-quality plays, I think, being made.
Grand Rapids trying to tie this thing. It's a moonbeam serve from Simone Abbott. Easy pass. Wanda tipping, and now a chance to tie it. Paige, Briggs, Romine, 23 each.
Good defensive read there by Grand Rapids. Paige, Briggs, Romine being so smart up at the net. Higher out-of-system ball, finding that seam underneath that inside blocker's arm and hitting it right through there.
Service error, Simone Abbott. Could have been another one of those GII moments. Get it in. Krause the honors. Tie a bow on this one. Ogilvy bad pass. Way out of system. Spinning ball. They don't call it a roll shot. Here come the Novas for the match. Timing off Toyana Banjo. Into the antenna. Point for the Rise. 24 apiece. Crowd did not see the wildly swinging candy cane.
Unfortunately, it was wildly swinging.
Your eyes see what they want to see. Shot Batenhorst. Great cover. Camila Gomez. Batenhorst, another big swing. Here come the Rise for a lead. Straight up by Lindsay Krause. Free ball back. The slide, Raven Colvin, no. Joust, Mac Pedraza pulls one out of a hat.
Such a nice play by Mac Pedraza. I love Emily Londout stepping in to dig that ball, and Mac Pedraza is such a smart setter. Going up, knowing when it's tight, that block is coming with her, and she tips it away back behind her again.
We got real drama on 10th Street. 25-24. Another match point chance. Banjo, Raven Coleman, she can pass as well. The slide, great up by Krause for the match. Oh no, it's over the net, shot back. Now there'll be a swing for the match. Batenhorst kept alive. Back row swing, Simone Abbott. Interesting choice, Doug. Emily Londa, we're done in Omaha. 3 Love Supernovas. Wow. Interesting, very interesting at the end.
Very interesting, and not what we expected at the end. But I also think really nice to see some of these Omaha players get a chance to get on the court and be able to show the crowd. The crowd was fired up, just in support of all the players on the court right now. And for them to be able to play well and pull out the win even after giving up some ground to Grand Rapids, is really impressive.
Kind of a match within a match there at conclusion.
You see Emily Londot on that last play actually goes off one leg because it was wider than she was, it wasn't at all in system or what they were hoping for or wanting, but it pays off.
2-2 games. Omaha wins tonight. 3-love in front of a happy crowd heading home. Head coach, we come back.
Well, for about a week, I was having a kind of some chest pains, just rumblings across, and it just kept going on. And so I said to my husband, I said, I think you need to take me to ER. And I walked into ER and I said, I think I'm having a heart attack. Within 20 minutes, I was in the cath lab. I had a blockage, I believe, over here, and they put in 2 stents. One of them, they said, was quite long. It was much better than the alternative. Dr. V gives me a lot of confidence and encouragement, and just keep working and keep going. I would highly recommend Faith Regional ER, the doctors, and definitely rehab. They just take care of you. Through courage and the help of Faith Regional, I became a heart hero.
Here's what you can expect on News Channel Nebraska. The top local news headlines all morning, plus 8 a.m. Mass with Father Joe. Stay up to date throughout the afternoon with the NCN News app. And tune back into NCN throughout the evening for the latest developments on major stories along with live high school and college sports. News Channel Nebraska. Independent media for all Nebraskans.
As a young adult, taking charge of your health can often feel confusing, especially your reproductive wellness. That's where Family Health Services comes in. We provide non-judgmental, affordable reproductive health care that's confidential even for minors. From birth control, STI, and HIV testing to pregnancy testing, counseling, and cervical cancer screenings, we've got you covered. Not ready to book an appointment? No problem. Stop by any of our locations for free Plan B or menstrual products. No questions asked. Call or visit us today. We're ready when you are.
If you've been seriously injured, victory requires teamwork. At Berry Law, we understand what's at stake for you and your family. We have fought for the rights of our clients for over 50 years. Together, we pursue justice to recover the financial compensation and peace of mind that you deserve. Our mission is to win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Berry Law. We are in it to win it.
Get ready, Novas Nation. On Saturday, April 19th, the Supernovas will light up the court as they face off against the arch-rival Atlanta Vibe. Join the electric atmosphere as 2 of the league's best go head-to-head in a battle you don't want to miss. Pack the CHI Health Center and help us push your Supernovas closer to a championship. Be a part of the world's leading pro volleyball fan base. Secure your tickets now at supernovas.com.
Omaha victorious Toya Anabanjo and her former head coach at Kansas, Ray Bouchard, celebrate 3-love Omaha. The Novas stay atop the PVF, standing 17-6. Grand Rapids drops to 10-14. They're a full 3 games out of the 4th spot. Only 4 teams get into the postseason next month with the head coach, the winning head coach. Here's Nancy Metcalf.
Coach, congrats on the win tonight. What can you tell us about how you thought your team came out and started this match, especially compared to last match in San Diego?
I was proud of them for the execution. This week we talked about execution and making plays because it really just comes down to that, keeping the ball off the floor. So I'm proud of their execution tonight.
Gutsy move. In the 3rd, you guys have a big lead. You sub 6 all at once. You talked about wanting to do that. How are you proud of the kids who came in the court, the women who came in the court, and the plays they made?
Our super others. That's something as a staff we've been talking about. I'm proud of them. They have to be ready always, no matter what the situation is, but to come in as a full team in 6 and continue that. I mean, obviously, they haven't played in 2 sets, a lot of them, but I'm proud of the way that they ended in attack mode. That's what I just said to them. They were attacking.
And who's your leader on the court when you have the others, the super others, come on the court? Who's the leader? Because you're taking out Brooke Nunaviller and Nati Valentini-Anderson, who we've talked about being leaders. Who's your leader when you sub in like that?
Mac. I think Mac, she plays that role, and Camila is still out there. But all of them, I mean, they all have their personalities, and they've all played and seen the court. So it's just cool to see them because we see them every day in practice. So I think it kind of feels like home.
Well, congrats on the win, Coach. Good luck in your next one. We'll see you next time. Back to you, John.
Stay right there. We're going to speak with Brooke Nunaviller momentarily. The team, Omaha, hit 195 tonight. It was enough. It was enough to get the win because Grand Rapids hit under 100 tonight. It was a defensive battle between the two top defensive teams in the league. 10 kills for Reagan Cooper, 8 kills for Kelsey Payne, and then 10 kills tonight for the leader. Here's Brooke Nunaviller with Nancy.
Brooke, congrats. Great win tonight. What was your focus coming into tonight? Coming off a tough match in San Diego, what was the team's focus and what were you trying to focus on in leading your team?
Sometimes after a loss, I feel like we just need to focus on more urgency. I think that's just been a common theme, is having a slow start and not capitalizing on some early points. I think when we set the tone at the beginning, it sets the tone for the rest of the match, and so I think we did a great job of that today.
You definitely did. And as a leader on the team, how fun is it for you to see some of the players who don't get as much playing time get to come in for the last part of the third set and be able to pull it together and come out with the win?
That's why we're so good. I think that's why our record is what it is, because we have such a deep bench that competes with us every single match in practice. And you saw there, it doesn't really matter who's on the court. They can get the job done. I mean, even in pressure situations when they tied the game at the end of the set, Bird could have made substitutions, but we have a lot of trust in everyone on our team, and they got the job done.
That's awesome. What's your focus moving forward now? You have a few matches left, all against good teams. What's your team focus now?
Just building confidence. I think this team's so young and we're peaking at the right time. Every single day in the gym we get better and we work really hard to do that. So, I mean, we have 5 more games of regular season, hopefully 2 more playoff games. So we want every time that we can to spend together.
All right. Thanks, Brooke. Congratulations. Good luck moving forward. Back to you, John.
She and her Supernovas are playoff bound. Mid-May in Las Vegas, match for $1 million as the Supernovas are trying to make it back-to-back champions, and for the moment they are atop the league standings and headed to the playoffs with 5 matches to go. It was a 3-set sweep for Reagan Cooper. What a big night, 10 kills tonight, and also 10 for Brooke Nunaviller and 8 kills for Kelsey Payne, as it was a full team effort. 3-love Omaha tonight. 2 of them were deuce games, but from the outset it was all Supernovas, still smarting from Saturday night's loss at San Diego. That a distant nightmare. They are back on track, winners of 5 of their last 6. Meanwhile, Grand Rapids falls further behind their playoff dreams. 3 games back now at 10 and 14. 1 versus 2, Atlanta versus Omaha on Saturday night at 6 o'clock right here. Your Novas are winners. Good night from Omaha, Nebraska.
Whether